Hey guys, tonight it is, let me just get myself situated. We are going live for Sister Hold My Hand tonight. And I'm really excited about it. Very informal conversation, but very important conversations. As some of you might know, I've just come back from Holland, so I'm pretty much just trying to get myself situated. For some reason tonight, like for the last couple of days over the weekend, I've been having slight asthma. You know what? I'm not even going to call it on. Hi, Moya, you're here. Moya, please invite some of your friends. So, please tag some people so that we can have everybody in the house tonight. So I'm going to wait. Hi, Pastor. How you doing? Good to see you. I'm back. I came back today. Roxanne, hi. Caroline. Hey, Caroline. Thank you for all you lovely comments you've been posting. I might not answer all of them, but I'm here. And I am observing them. So, hey, everybody. Moya, tag somebody, tag some people, invite your friends. Let them know that we are here. And I'm really inviting people to over. So, I'm going to take a bit of time to share this out to some people. Hi, Alex. A very interesting topic tonight, actually. And don't just invite your girlfriends, invite your male friends, because it'll be really interesting to get some male perspective on this. Hi, Sophia. Good to see you. I wore red just because I know you're going to show up. Invite some of your female friends and your male friends. Let them come over. We're going to have a real saucy discussion. If I know anything about my guest, she is straight talking. She doesn't play. Hi, Nemo. How are you? She's very, very straight talking. So I know that tonight's conversation is going to be very interesting for a lot of people. So we're in for a treat. Because if Moya Theresa is anything to go by, then I know I had a great weekend. I'm tired. I'm having a bit of a rough chest tonight, but we are going to be starting. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, beautiful. How you doing? Sophia, we have an outstanding date. I am waiting on you, girl. And if I got to call you out, I got to call you out. So please don't let me have to call you out, girl. You need to be doing what you need to be doing. So I'm Ava, and we are going live on Sister Hold My Hand. This is Joan. We have Unfinished Business. Hi, China. Nice to see you. You guys know I just got back from Europe. Well, I'm still in Europe. I just got back from Holland. And if you see me looking left, it's because I'm also live streaming on there. Welcome, 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 everybody. I'm back. I just got back today. I am still tired. For those of us who know, the Mango Girl book tour has started. I started in Holland this weekend. And thank you so much. Hello, hi, group send invite. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The Mango Girl book tour started this weekend, and I used the opportunity. I was invited as a keynote speaker to go to Holland, and I used that to start the book tour. So we have officially started. I want to thank everybody who's been contributing. Just got an invite today to go to Nigeria, and God has been great. But tonight we're going to be talking about a topic that is one that has touched many lives, including my own, as somebody who's had 2 divorces in my life for various reasons, as somebody who has had infidelity in my own life in various forms and shapes. And Sister Hold My Hand has decided that every Sunday night, we're going to be right here on Facebook at 8 p.m. And then every quarter, we're going to try to have a live audience. And the country may vary, but we are going to try to do this. So if you're in some place and you want to invite us to come and have a live taping and an audience, by all means, we're ready to come. But also, if you'd love to be my guest on Sister Hold My Hand, we talk real life issues with real women, real topics, real experiences, topics that we otherwise don't want to touch. And tonight we're going to be talking about infidelity, the dirty word that so many women are facing and so many women are afraid to talk about. So I want to welcome my guest tonight. She is no other than my love. I love this girl. I really love her. She's only come into my life a few months ago. But let me tell you something about me. I know I've gotten better at discernment. And I don't have a lot of people close to me. But when I meet a few people they are empath like myself. When I meet people with good spirit, good soul, good heart, I know. And this girl, I've seen her come leaps and bounds over the last couple of months. She holds on to this girl, she's like, I'm not letting you go, Ava. I'm holding on. And I love Moya for that. She's a good spirit, good soul, straight talking. And so tonight, my guest is none other than my baby girl, Moya Theresa, all the way out of Florida. If I could only find this girl, that would be amazing. Sophia, could you tell this girl I am trying to find... Hi, Maureen. Good to see you. Thanks for the love always. I'm trying to find my guest, and I'm hot. You guys know I'm premenopausal, so I don't hide that. So I'm really hot right now. It's not even funny. Plus, I just had some tea. But I'm gonna... Sophia, I know we love this girl together, right? So hi, Alex. I'm trying to find my guest. Hi, China. John, we need to talk. Single parent diary. Hi, Edith. Thank you for your comment last night on my post. Hi, Diamond Coach. Henrietta, how you doing? Hi, Mahmood. Great, there she is. So I'm not going to hold this any longer. She is in the building. Drum roll, because she's in the building. And guys, I'm going to fan because I'm hot. And you can see that I'm hot. So I don't want to excuse about it. She's in the building. And I'm trying to add her to the call. So just give me some time. I ain't gonna hide that I am hot because I am hot. I'm trying to add her to the call. And for some reason, she ain't come up. So Moya, come out and come back, honey. Because you are not coming up. So Moya, we are waiting on you. So while Moya is coming and she's taking herself, she needs to get off the live so you can invite her. Awesome. Awesome. Me don't see her, girl. We don't see her either. Moya, you need to come back on because I can't invite you. Or can you invite yourself? Because we need to have this conversation. I can't send you the request, baby, because you're not coming up in green. So exit the call and come back in. So guys, we're talking infidelity. We're talking about people being unfaithful to their partners. We're going to talk about what does infidelity look like. Because let me tell you what happened to me recently. And this is, I hope Moya can catch this. So I met somebody recently. She's a nice woman, very qualified. And she's about 65, I think. She's retired. And when I say that she's a very amazing woman, she's very learned. And when we started talking, she said, Ava, she's divorced. And I said to her, are you married? And she said, no. I said, do you have a partner? She said, I've attracted a guy in my life. And I said, oh, great. And I said, tell me about him. And she said, well, he's married and his wife has got a lover. And I said, no, Moya, you're not here, baby. And I said, you're with a guy who's married and his wife has got a lover. And she said, yes. And I said, okay, cool. Tell me more. And she said, well, they're together for the children. She knows about me. I know about her. Her lover knows about me. And all four of us know about each other. Now, I found that arrangement very, very, very interesting. And isn't that infidelity? And she said no. Because everybody is happy with everybody. So she's in the building. Baby girl.
Hey, Ava.
Girl, I'm sweating. And I'm sweating because I'm hot. But we're hot.
Turn my fan on.
Well, I can't even turn my fan on because my asthma is acting up on me today. But we're not going to let that stop the show. I know I'm going to cool down because this is perimenopause and it's happening. And I'm not even going to wipe the face right now. We're not going to ever stop. It's going to cool down. So Moya, welcome, welcome, welcome. You know I'm tired. All right. But you know we keep it moving.
Let's do that.
That's us. Now, Moya, guess what?
What?
You don't need a lot of introduction. I've done a big introduction about you. She's an upcoming author. She's an upcoming,
she's
an upcoming speaker. She's an upcoming everything. Like seriously, she's in Camp Ava, so you know what's coming, right? Yes. But Moya, let me tell you the story that I encountered recently. That really, I was glad we're gonna have this conversation because I met somebody recently, and I'm gonna call my son because I need some tissue. And the tissue is right there and I can't move because if I move, I'm going to lose you. So no, I'm going to move because I need the tissue. Hold on. Yeah. Hold on, guys. I'm going to have to get this tissue because I'm hot. So Sorry about this, you all, but I need to do this. So Moya, I met a lady recently. She's in her 60s. She's retired and a very educated woman. And she said that I said to her, "What about your love life?" And she said, "Well, I've got a guy who's interested in me, and I'm interested in him." I said, "Oh, great." She said, "Well, he's married." And I said, "Okay, cool." And I said, "What do you mean by he's married?" I said, "Is he divorced?" She said, "Nope." She said, "He's married, but his wife has got a lover." I was like, "Okay." And when I hear these things, I used to be, oh, I no longer do that because that's very common. And I
Common.
said to her,
Open
I,
marriages.
I said to her, "Tell me more." And she said, "Well, she knows about me. I know about her. I know about the lover. The lover knows about me, and we all get on. He picks me up. He takes me home. We go out. We date. She doesn't want him, but she doesn't want to leave him because of the children." And I said to her, "Isn't that infidelity?" And she said, "No, because there's no marriage." Now we're going to talk about that in a second. But tonight we're here talking about infidelity.
Fidelity.
And I don't drink cold water. I can't drink cold water, John. I just can't. So Moya, tell me what you understand infidelity to mean, because I think the word has changed in today's generation.
Well, it hasn't really changed. We just try to make it mean other things. But
Okay.
for me, infidelity is infidelity in the sense that it's being unfaithful to a spouse or partner, period.
Right. You've been unfaithful.
Yeah, that's it. And you
Okay.
could be unfaithful not only by physical, but you can be unfaithful in your thought because, the Bible speaks of your thoughts are just as bad as your actions. So if
Okay.
you're unfaithful in your thoughts, it's infidelity. It doesn't matter how you want to spin it or turn it around. It's still unfaithfulness.
So hold on. If I see a guy right now, right,
Start lusting.
and I was married, and I was like, "Oh my God, that brown sugar is fine." Am I being unfaithful?
No, because you haven't started lusting yet.
I haven't, but I'm lusting. I thought he's nice. I thought, oh my
Well,
God.
you're not lusting, and you can give Caesar what is due to Caesar. He's a look good, great looking guy.
No, but I want to go
Period.
further. No, no, girl, I want to go further. I'm like, oh God. I start
You want a
thinking
piece?
about what?
I want a piece of that. Yes, you're being unfaithful
Hmm.
because you're thinking it.
Right. So is that infidelity?
Yes, it is. In
So
my book, it is.
if that's the case, then 98% of us in the world,
98% of us, including myself, has been unfaithful in our
including
marriages.
myself, if that's the definition, I've
Yep,
been unfaithful. I've
yep.
been,
And
I've committed.
I'm not afraid to go, ooh, that's fine right there. I'm one of those people that do it. I'm not married anymore. Been married twice. So, I've been through that whole roller coaster, husband cheat kind of thing,
Oh,
whatever.
hold on, pause,
Um,
pause. With a beautiful woman like you, Moya, let's talk about it. Because you're like Halle Berry in my eyes. So help me understand. Guys, for those who are just joining us, this is Ava Brown Sugar here. I just call myself Ava Brown Sugar. And I'm doing Sister Hold My Hand. We are going to be here every Sunday night at 8 p.m. with a topic that most of us don't want to talk about. We have a topic coming up that I learned this weekend called orgasmic meditation. And we'll be doing that soon and very soon. We're going to be touching topics that people don't want to be talking about because that is a whole different education for me this weekend. Girl, I was sitting there with my head on my mouth, my eyes closed, my everything like, oh my God, where am I living? But,
maybe you needed it.
but probably I did. Girl, I think I did. I I was I was in a room full of women in their 60s, some of them, and they're telling me they do it every day. And you need a stroker and a strokee. And I was like, okay. So that
Like
one
a
I have to
giver and a giver.
I've got to do that when my kids are not in the house, especially my son. So that's another conversation. But we're gonna have the practice somebody who's in the practice gonna come on here and talk about that. So, but going back to our topic tonight. So Maya, what would a man do to cheat on a fine baby like you? Like why do you think? Because here's what I think. I think for me, when I reflected, I did an interview on TV last week and it's coming out. You guys are going to see it. I'm really shy about it. And I was asked about my first marriage and I talked about it. And when I was younger, I would blame my daughter's father for almost everything that went wrong in our marriage. But now that I'm older and wiser, I have to take responsibility too. And so when I speak about it now, I say I played a part in our marriage breaking up, regardless of what the trigger was. When you look at your marriage and the infidelity that happened in your marriage, and I'm going to ask you kind of like, I'm going to go a little bit deeper. If it, tell me when to start, because you know I'll go deep. What do you think led your husband to cheating? Because you're a fine brown sugar girl.
Well, thank you. Um,
You better.
well, for my first husband, okay, he
Hold
was
on, you
my
mean both
first.
of them? Hold on, both of them cheated?
Yeah.
Girl, okay, let's talk about that.
So okay, so for starters, I've asked myself since I've gotten older, what did I do to contribute to the problems in my marriage?
Mm-hmm.
It took me some time to actually admit that I contributed, because I said there's nothing wrong with me. Yes, I said I'm fine. I'm intelligent. I'm sexy. I'm this. I'm that. Why would you cheat? Okay, so let me start. So my first marriage was with my first boyfriend. He
Mm-hmm.
was my first everything. So I knew nothing outside of him.
Mm-hmm.
We got married young, and I thought that I had everything to offer. I had a child for him. I was faithful. I was open. At least I think I was open and honest with him. But he cheated. Not
Mm-hmm.
once, not twice, not three times, but four times.
Hold on. Was that
And
with the same person?
no, different
Okay.
people.
Okay. What was he looking
And
for?
all this, that's the question that was asked years after we got divorced.
Mm-hmm.
So my question to myself was, what was I not doing?
Mm-hmm.
Was I not sexy enough? Was I not
Mm.
appealing enough? What is it did I miss to cause him to find four different other women more sexually appealing than me?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Right? When I did ask that question for him, he said, "Oh, it's not you. It's
Okay.
me."
So hold on.
I'm like,
When hold on. I gather when men do that, it's a cop out. Is
don't
that
want to
true?
answer. Don't want to answer. I don't want to tell you.
Okay. Okay.
So, so let me be candid. I said, I was a virgin when I was with you.
Oh, baby.
I came to you untouched, and you still went out on me. You still went and find four other women. And he said, well, it's not you. But later on, after he did leave, because I didn't get divorced because he cheated. We divorced because he left me, like literally pack up and left me with
Okay.
my kids.
Yes.
And when we talked about it, I'm like, tell me why. Because I did try to talk to him to try to figure out what the mistakes I made there compared to the mistakes I made here. And he said, well, you were not experienced enough.
Oh, but you're a virgin. Like,
I said,
hello.
Negro, what? He said, yeah, you were. I mean, I've been doing it since I was 15. You only started at
Mm.
19. I'm like, so that makes it okay to cheat. Was I not intelligent enough? Because, for some men, if you don't give them enough attention, they start looking for attention elsewhere. It doesn't matter what
Mhm.
type of attention you give them.
But
And this is
hold
my,
on, hold on, hold on. Like hold on. As a woman, and I can just as a single woman, unmarried, divorced, I know, and I don't know about you guys, but I know how hard it is to be wife and mother and running the house and go to work. It's such a hard juggling. I take my hats off to the women who are able to do all of the juggling very well because it's a hard balancing act. And a man would come home from work and he just takes a remote and he sits down, he puts his feet up. And when he opens that door, you need to look your fine, best in your heels and looking sexy. And I get that. But my God, who's gonna read the bedtime story? Who's gonna cook the dinner? It's just a hard one.
but you're saying it in the perfect world. In a perfect world, bedtime stories, doing all this, doing all that, they expect you to do it, and you're
Yes,
expected to do it, right?
yes.
I asked my mom because my dad is a cheater. I'm not afraid to tell anybody that. My father is a habitual cheater. He does not know when to slow down or stop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So he's habitual with it. And when I asked my mom put up with it for 21 years.
Yes.
Kids and all, 5, 6 different other kids
Mm-hmm.
that come out of the infidelity. And when I asked the question, how did you deal with that? She said, you just do. If I let
Yeah.
him go, who is going to take care of you guys? I don't
Yeah.
work. Who is
We're
going to
gonna
do it?
we're
So
gonna
I
come to
thought
that.
that's,
We're gonna come to
huh?
that, Maya. We need to hold that thought because I'm gonna come to the question of because I know a lot of women who are in relationships that are not working, that are broken.
Go get whatever. Yeah.
So
So
I know
sorry.
a lot of women who are in relationships that are very broken, that are non-existent, but they are just in it for the. We're gonna come to that because I know a lot. I see them in my coaching practice. I see them in my friends. Some of them I see it a lot. Women who are so hung up on just having a ring here, and I'm not judging, no heat, no judgment, but there are lots of women who are very unhappy in their relationships. They are struggling. There is no marriage. There's pure infidelity. In fact, I know women who are just flatmates with their husbands, but just because they don't want to be seen as single, they stay. So I'm going to come to that in a minute. And I really want you to hold that because we're coming to that. So you're saying your first partner cheated because you're inexperienced. Moya, are you not there? So I've lost Moya. So for those of us who are watching, thank you for watching. You're watching Sister Hold My Hand, and I'm Ava Brown. And Sister Hold My Hand is really I want to talk about them, but we are ashamed, we are afraid, we are not bold enough to touch it. And amongst our group of women, we're gonna find women who can touch these topics. So tonight we're talking about infidelity, and we don't have all the answers, but Moya is here straight talking. And I was asking Moya, Moya, tell me, why did the second one cheat if you know?
Why what?
Why did your second husband cheat?
Ha! My second husband cheat because he just wanted to.
Okay.
There was no I personally cannot say there was no communication. So first of all, my second husband is a control freak.
Okay.
My second husband thinks that when he speaks, the woman should jump up. He's here and I'm here. That's his
Mm.
belief. Okay, so
So there's
I didn't know.
inequality. There's inequality there.
Yeah,
Okay.
right. And he cheated. He had no reason to cheat because I was the mother. I was the mother, the sexy spouse, the playful spouse, the great stepmother, the support system for him. Um, I'm the I guess you call the showpiece when he has to go out and meet his managers and directors and whatever. I was perfect for all of that, but somehow I was not enough for him.
Mm. Mm.
So he went out to find whatever it else that he was searching for. And then another thing that contributed to that was the family he was raised in, the men were known to have multiple partners. So
Wow.
he
So
thought it was
did you
okay.
not hold on? I'm gonna go to this. Did you not know that before you married him? Did you not know that
No,
they were known for
nope,
that?
nope. Okay. No,
Right. You didn't know.
no. I found out half of the stuff I found out about my second husband after we got married. After I was already in it. After I had the
Mm.
kid. I
Mm.
started finding out things about him like, what? Really? And then
Right.
when I started going around people that knew him and the things that they were saying, I was shocked to
So
say
did you
the
not
least.
I mean, this is no heat, no judgment,
No,
honey, because it happens to
no,
all of
no,
us.
no research.
Because
No
I
research.
was married to somebody who even today that I'm divorced from him with a child who's 6 years old, I don't know anything about him.
Don't
But
didn't know.
but that's because all the things I was told seemingly were a lie. It's a different conversation. But did you not do your due diligence?
No.
Okay, and that's fair enough because I thought I did mine, but I was wrong. But Maya, let me ask you this question because so you've had two fair marriages, two husbands cheated, um, and I'm in the same boat, so we have no heat here. I'm gonna ask you the straight question: what did you do when they were cheating? Because here's what I find lately, in a lot of cases, the women I come across, and not all of them, they say, "Well, it's tit for tat." Did you ever consider tit for tat?
Girl, did I?
Girl, girl.
Did I? Man, let me tell you, I have to just put my clothes on and go on the street. I get all the attention I needed. Okay?
Right.
And it wouldn't have been hard for me to do it. It would not have been hard at all to do it, right? But I didn't know my ex-husband, the second one, was cheating until I was at the edge of my marriage. That's when people
What does the
started
edge? What does
calling.
the edge mean? For those that I don't understand the edge, what does that mean?
The edge of my marriage, meaning I'm about to jump ship. I'm about to get out of this.
Okay,
See,
you're about to leave the marriage.
I'm ready to be out because one, he was abusive. One,
Okay.
verbally and physically abusive. That's one. But he was, I don't know if have you ever watched not the Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Is that it? I'm not sure if
With
that's the one
Tyler Perry.
where I beat you, then I love you, then I beat you, and I
Yeah.
love you some more. Okay, that was him. So when he does something wrong, he will come back with a diamond bracelet or a diamond ring or a nice pair of
Mm.
earrings or something nice and say, look what I got you.
Wow.
All the time discounting what had just
That's
happened.
very narcissistic, isn't it?
He is a narcissist,
Mm.
right? So I was in it, but I had young children, and I wasn't sure how to get out of it, right? But in the back of my mind, I knew I had to go because
Mm-hmm.
I was considering suicide because I didn't know which way to go. And
Wow.
because I was thinking that the only person or the solace that I found was in my pastor. She's now my pastor, but she wasn't before. She was his aunt. She's his
Right.
aunt. So I would go to her and I would tell her these things that are going on and going on. And she looked at me one day and she said, you know, he has another woman.
Oh, wow. Can we just have I want to do a little segue there because I find that in a lot of instances there are family members who know. And
They
in
know.
my case, it was like, so what did you expect? It's almost like, hello, that's normal. And I mean, especially today's generation. Look, so there are two things that I see these days. Number one, do you think the access to pornography, meaning, and I call some of the dating sites pornography. Do you think access to online dating? Because I have done some online dating, you all. Can I just put my hand up?
I have to. I
And
have
and
to.
and and I'm finding that most of the guys that hit me up, when you really start to do your due diligence, because having been
No
divorced
good.
twice, I ain't gonna make that mistake again. I find that when I start digging deeper, they are half of them married. So they're just looking
Yep.
to have a quick fix.
But to go back to his aunt, she saved me too.
Mm.
Because when she told me that he was with someone else, I was already out the door. I was like, I gave up on the marriage. I said, you know, it's time for me to go. And I was trying to look, I think it was safety I was looking for. And
Mm-hmm.
then when she started to tell me, she said, you know what? Let me tell you something, Moya, if nobody's ever told you. Okay, you are a good woman. You are a
Mm-hmm.
great wife to him. You're a great mother to his children.
Mm-hmm.
I've never met anyone who would step into a step parent role like you and took
Mm-hmm.
over kids as if they're your own. And I told her
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do that so that I could get brownie points. I did it because that's just me. I said, now
Mm-hmm.
tell me about the other woman. That's what I want to know. I want to know what am I up against? What caused him?
But
Is
why
it
did
that
you
she's
want to know when you're leaving?
curious? I was just
Okay.
curious, right? So for confirmation, he came home one night, went to bed, and left his phone. Now everybody knows how smartphones are. After you leave them idle for a while, they're locked. You
Mm-hmm.
can't open them, right? By the stroke of luck, his was never closed. And
Wow.
so I went to wake him up to tell him, you know, your battery's dying. You need to put it to charge. And a text message came in. And I
Wow.
looked at the phone and I smiled. I picked up the phone and I'm like, oh, it's not locked. So I touched on the text message itself and I opened Pandora's box. And it was months and months and going back to a year. And I kept going and kept going. Text message after text message and pictures after pictures. And I'm just like, how do I react now? I don't want him anymore. So how do I react? Right. So I
Wow.
just touched him and I asked him, I said, who is this? And he was so shocked because he thought I didn't know. He was so shocked. Who's, and he gave me, I said, don't worry about it.
Wow.
Don't worry about it.
So Maya, I mean, that must have been devastating. And I mean, I've been there myself, so I can only imagine. But I want to touch a few things because you mentioned that it's going on for over a year. And one of the biggest things in marriages these days is STIs, because a lot of these men are not using protection because they have this whole thing about skin to skin and rough ride and bareback and whatever else you name them. I'm too old now, I don't remember half of them. And they're not protecting. First of all, they shouldn't be doing it. Number two, when they do it, they are not using protection, and so they expose the other person. And I think infidelity itself is wrong, but when you endanger the life of somebody else is another thing. but
Somebody else is
but
even
I want to
worse.
go back to the question of the accessibility these days of sex on the internet. um there are several factors when you do the research around things like a number of men are in jail. I think, especially in the Black sisters, they'll tell you that a lot of the good Black men are in jail. Some of them have changed their sexuality, and the ratio apparently is 21-1 at the moment. So, do you think those factors are still valid? Because here's what I think, and I know you all gonna kill me. I don't know that. I think in another 10 years to 20 years, we're gonna have a system where one man with two women is normal, is legal.
It's possible.
I feel that is, and I tell you what, in like in some cultures, polygamy has always been there. It's just not called that. So I have an aunt who I grew up seeing as a child. I'm now 43 years old in a few months. And I grew up seeing my auntie with a man who also had another woman in the adjoining district. And as a child, the memory I have is that I grew up seeing them visiting each other. He spent half of his week at one, half of the week at another, and that's how they coexisted. And in the UK right now, I know I have a friend who is a proper educated guy who has a wife and a girlfriend, and they're both educated women. One's a lawyer. I've spoken to her many more than once, and they both know that each other exists. And he spends half of his week at one. There are children involved in one of the relationships. Half of his week at the other. They don't see it as infidelity. If the wife can't find him, she knows he's at the other woman, and he loves them both. And his plan is that he wants everybody to live together, including the children. And I really believe, and I know it sounds very like it's so unorthodox, but I believe in a couple of years from now, that is a model that's going to
It's
exist.
it's not unorthodox because it's happening right now, where a guy has two girlfriends, and as a matter of fact, my father is married, and his wife knows about the outside woman because
Yeah,
he
but
has a
what I'm
child
saying
with
is
her.
it's gonna become almost societally acceptable at the same as same-sex marriage, gender change, all of those things. I believe that in another 10, 15 years from now, probably not even so far, this is gonna become, and I tell you why. There are women who are okay with that arrangement. I know a couple right now
And
who I know a couple.
that's what it is. Society's, they're already normalizing it, so you're correct. They're already making it seem normal to do it. A lot of celebrities right now have what, open marriages where their husband can do whatever they want to do, right? So
Mhm.
to tell you that you're not correct, I think you're on onto something, so to
I know
speak.
I know I know a relationship right now whereby the husband and the girlfriend want that, but the wife will not have it. So is this whole infidelity thing is crazy, and I think that's where we're heading because it has become normalized. And
Yep.
and I'm gonna read some of the comments in a minute. But I want to go back to, so online dating is one of the factors, easy access. Do you think that because not just men cheat, women cheat too? I want to
Oh
get
hell
that
yes.
correct. So I don't want
Oh
you guys to
hell
think it's
yes.
just men that cheat because
But my concept about a woman cheating, okay? So this is just me, people, so don't kill me, right? I think when a woman cheat, most of the time, she has gotten that reason to do it.
see,
There's something.
I don't
There's
wanna I
something.
don't wanna I don't wanna justify that.
No, I'm
I
not
think
justifying
both.
it. I'm just saying most of the time that when it's like when you ask the guy why did he cheat, and he said, "Oh, it wasn't you, it's just me, and I just felt like I needed to do it." And if you
Mm-hmm.
say, because reason I'm saying this is I sat through a therapy session, and through the therapy session, the therapist actually mentioned it in not in that same phrase, but for want of a better word, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "Why did you cheat, Mr. Satan?" And he's like, "Well, sometimes he gives her a different type of reason for me why he think I caused him to cheat."
You did
And
not. No, no, no,
and
no.
she
You
said,
see,
"Wait, no,
you
I know."
didn't cause him. You
She
can't
said,
cause him to cheat.
"You can't cause she can't cause you to do something.
Yes.
You did it because you want to do it." Right?
Yes.
And so in the mindset of a woman, most women are loyal. They remain loyal to their husbands even when they cheat, and they
I
are
I think I
forced
think I
half the
think
time
more women remain faithful
than
knowing
men
that
do.
their partners are cheating.
Cheating, that is true.
I don't have the statistics, but I think that is the case. So I agree with you on that point.
I
But
agree with that part
I
too.
really want to make the point that women cheat too.
Oh yes, they do.
They do. Now, the other woman, because here's what I know. I met guys in the street and they tell you that they're single.
But
And
they're not.
sometimes the other woman doesn't know that the person has a partner.
Right.
Of course, you can do due diligence, you can check it, you can find out. And sometimes you may, sometimes by the time you find out, it's too late. And then sometimes they also will tell you a story that seems plausible, and then you get in too far and realize that, wow, ooh, so I've had that experience that, oh, baby, like you didn't tell me all the truth. But
One of the
the women who knowingly, or the men who knowingly go into a relationship, knowingly, because sometimes the facts are blurry. What do you think? What do you think of people like those who knowingly go
I
into it?
can't say what I think of them because Nemo just pointed out something. You cheat by choice, because even if it's presented to you, you have a decision to make whether you're going to do it or you're not going to do it. So it's your choice.
Mhm.
So we're in a judgment free zone, so I can't really say I think that they are one way or
Another.
are not, right?
Mhm.
But to think about it, women are more conceited. We are more deceptive by nature. We have that thing in us that we can fool a crowd. We can fool a crowd, right?
Mhm.
Um, we can. Sophia just said women are better cheaters. It's not that you're a better cheater, and I can't say you have something better cheater than a man. A cheater is just a cheater. Whether I can't describe it like that. It's just that
Mhm.
we have better ways of hiding it,
You think
right?
so?
Yes, we do. We
Okay.
are more we are, and my opinion again, we are probably one of the most deceptive creation that God has, because
Okay.
we know how to
Girl,
mask
you're
our
passing
emotions more.
that's judgment free zone. You're passing judgment.
My opinion, right? This is my opinion. We can mask a lot of things. We can hide. I've seen it from myself, and I've done it
Girl,
too.
we had the black eyes, we had the beatings, we go to
There you
work,
go.
we pretend like it's
There you
yeah,
go.
I get
And
it, I
and
get it.
and I have been, and let me be very, very real. I have been in a position where I did what I was with someone else, but I was married, but I was already separated. That's still cheating because I'm still married. So
Mm,
either which way you want to spin it,
yeah,
cheating is cheating. Whether you want to say, "Oh, technically I didn't cheat because I wasn't," you're with him, you're still
yeah,
married, so you're
yeah.
not a cheater until you're divorced. And if you're
Mm,
divorced, then you're in a committed relationship, but you're not married, but you lust after someone else, then you still cheat. I have grown 1,000 leaps from where I'm coming from. If I had an
mm-hmm.
opportunity to live my life over, there are a lot of things that I
Me
would
too.
change and I
Oh,
wouldn't do,
me too.
right?
Definitely, definitely.
There's
I
so
would start when
much
I would go back to being 16 and just do it all over. Like rip it apart
all
and
over.
start again. Yes,
but
I too.
but my thing is, I grew up seeing my dad cheat.
Mm,
I used to visit the other women with my father. And
Wow.
then I was
See,
told,
see, see, I have a
shut your
I
mouth.
have an issue with that because that you read my book, so you know that happened to me as well, and I just know that that was painful. But here's the thing for me, Maya. So as a woman who was cheated on twice, like you, um, I got to the point in my life, and I'm gonna be honest with you, where I got to a point where I thought I don't give a hell, I don't care. Well, I was cheated on twice. I don't care. So if I met a guy who I like and I really like him, I don't even want to know. I got to that place where I don't care because it was my hurt that was like, why must I stop and think about every other woman when they didn't stop to think about me? I got to that place. I did.
I was
I
there.
did.
Let me tell you, Ava. Let me tell you. My friend says I have two personalities. I got Moya and I got Keisha. Keisha, forgive my French, is a bitch on wheels, and Moya is the one that thinks, right?
Like
I
that. Big and
remember,
weird.
I remember when all I was dealing with was Keisha. That's all I was dealing with. I didn't
Hmm.
want to deal with my rational mind
Yeah.
because I was in so much pain that whoever comes my way, you best believe you're gonna feel what I'm feeling. Then
Mm.
I grew out of that. Then I came here and I met the same demise. And I said to myself, listen, somebody messed me up, I'm gonna mess them right back up. But you know
Mm.
what stopped me? I looked, I got two girls and a boy. How would I feel if the tables were turned on them? That's
Yeah.
what changed me. And I
Mm.
couldn't help myself. And I've met a few guys in my single life. I've met a few of them, turned
I
out to
have
be
too.
duds. And then I did meet someone who is married but separated, but he was honest enough to tell me, listen, let me close the door I have open right now.
Yeah.
Then I can focus on something else because
We
it
talked
wouldn't be
about that.
fair.
We talked. So
Right.
I met somebody who said he was finished. Really liked him. He wasn't finished. And so I got into this space where just even trying to move away from him was a task. It became difficult because in his head he'd moved away, but in her head he
Head,
hadn't.
he has not.
And so for
Right.
me, that's not clean. So for me,
So
that's unfaithfulness right there, whether or not, because I really believe that because you're not divorced, you're not ready, you're not clean.
so I'm reading what Nemo just wrote. Are we unconsciously picking our fathers? I believe so.
I think we do.
I think we do.
And I think especially, I think a lot of times, yeah, I think we do.
We
And I'm
do.
gonna go to the comments. I'm gonna read some of the comments. Let me just go. Hold that thought, Maya. Let me come back. For those who are just joining us, tag some of your friends. We're talking about on Sister Hold My Hand. We're talking about infidelity on both sides. We can't flesh out all the issues around it today. We're just touching a personal story or some personal stories. But Henrietta said, I watched a program recently where a couple have created a business for couples with open marriages. Interesting. I told you it was going there. Truth, it hasn't changed. We are the ones who twist the word and the situation to fit our circumstances. Boy, this is going to be hot. Women hold a lot of secrets. Somebody said right there. Um, Somebody else said, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, Moya, I'm so sorry you're hurt. Yes, Moya, I'm also sorry that you're hurt as well, but I also know that you have healed because we talk about it behind the scenes. My ex-husband cheated on me several times. He picked up an STD. Doctor told him that his wife had to be tested, so he had to tell me. He came home and accused me of cheating and giving. I had that. I had that. I had that. So they
What kind of
come
friend?
home and then it's your fault because we can't trace who it came from first and it's their fault. And that is such a sad one. Polygamy is a very African concept.
Give me
Christianity
one
claims
second.
the story.
Hello?
Nima, you know what? Jamaica has a lot of polygamy, just that we don't call it that. We just keep it under the wraps. You know, I'm not gonna touch culture or creed here, but I don't believe in it. I think it's one man, one man, one woman, and I really believe in that. So, Joan says, "Count me out." Nima says, "Cheating
All
is the
right.
full choice for both men and women, full stop. I believe in you. China, I think women give their bodies to a man too easily without finding out about, especially this generation, girl, I'm telling you, this generation is a very different generation. Sex is a recreation, it's normal. The normalization of sex in this generation is something that really is something that goes over my head. I don't understand it. I think I'm too old for it. It's a very new concept. Sex is a commodity. It's just easy. 9 out of 10 times men are married and the other woman do not care how their involvement will affect the wife. Correct. And I really believe that if you're done, you should just walk away from it. I know sometimes it's not easy. Finances are a big part. For example, some people stay because they don't want to, they, they're old and they don't want to walk away from their finances. But I really believe that if you're finished, you're finished, walk away. Women are better cheaters. They cover their tracks better than men. It's not that men cheat more than women. Okay. I tend to think, let me tell you why I think men cheat more, and I could be wrong, because we have more men than we have women. More women than we have men,
That we
sorry.
have men.
So that's what I think. I could be wrong. When I found out my ex told me he wanted to live with me as friends and see her as his new partner because he had divorced me in his head. You know what? That's another thing. Thank you, Jean. There are some people who have emotionally divorced their partners. They're physically living together in the same building because again the convenience, and it doesn't change that it becomes infidelity. I just believe that more people need to come to terms that, because I believe in love, and I just think I can't be with you if I don't love you. Like, if your love is gone, let's just, you have the right to say you change your mind. I think you do. And I just
Mm-hmm.
think there should be no shackles on my foot because you're no longer loving me. And I think a part of the problem as well, I think that sometimes, Moya, we are trying to fit a size 7 shoe foot into a size 4 shoe. If the relationship is over, it's over. If it's not there, it's not there. I agree, we can hide a lot of things. Yeah, I think women hide a lot of things. We do. Are we unconsciously picking our fathers? And that's the last comment I can see from Nemo. I don't know if you can see any more. Moya, can you see any more?
Yeah,
Because I
she
can't.
has. She has never dated a guy who's in between or recently divorced.
Never did a guy who was in between. So that's the last comment. Is that correct from
Yeah.
Nemo?
Yeah.
Okay. So guys, for those of us who are joining me, this is Sister Hold My Hand, and we're talking about infidelity. Now, Maya, do you think, somebody suggested this in an inbox message to me right now, that she thinks, I wish the men would come and say something. They ran away. Somebody inboxed and said, "Hi Ava, great conversation. I don't want you to call my name. I won't call your name. I think there should be a law that persecutes people for infidelity. Everybody would be in jail."
Well,
Maya,
well,
what do
well.
you
I think,
think of that?
I think, I. Yeah, there was a law back in the days when, in the Bible days, there was a law. If you cheat, you're gonna get stoned to death. But
Mm-hmm.
there is a, it's not a law, but in the state of California, if you cheat with a woman's husband and she finds out, she can sue you for destroying her marriage, even if
Mm-hmm.
the husband is wrong. So kind of sort of, there is, there are the consequences,
Mm-hmm.
I guess, in today's society for cheating. But a lot of people nowadays, and I say both men and women, don't have morals anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So cheating is nothing to them. Cheating does nothing to them other than self gratification or instant gratification, and that's what it is. And like I was mentioning before, would I cheat with someone who's hell no, 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 I won't. I would not now. Not after what I've witnessed, not after what I've gone through. I wouldn't. If I have a friend who's going through it or about to, I'm going to tell you, protect yourself, protect your heart, but don't. It's going to lead you to a dead end road. Let them close whatever they need to close and catch me in a year, because you know what? You don't also want to be that rebound chick. You don't want to be that rebound chick,
I
because
love I
when the
love this.
novelty of the relationship wears off, you'll be just another female.
Mm,
Period. So
mm,
I kind of learned a little bit of street smarts because of my father and my brothers,
mm-hmm.
right? Um, t- Cheating destroys life. It destroys people.
My daughter shared something with me a few months ago, and it was funny. We're talking about relationships in her generation, and it was eye opening, and it was very it was very concerning for me. And thankfully, she quickly clarified it was mommy's. I don't mean me, but I'm talking about my generation. And she said, we were having a discussion about her generation. She said, "Mommy, in my generation, we don't worry about people in my generation don't worry about whether a guy has another woman. They worry about if they're the favorite. I want to repeat that. And I said to her, she said, "Oh, not me, mommy." But she said, in her generation, girls don't worry if a guy has another girl.
Why do you think that though?
They worry if they are the favorite. Now that's a demarcation of where we are as a society and where we're going, which leads me back to what I said earlier, that they don't see it as infidelity. They see it as how it is.
What it is.
And so
Well,
you find a young person these days will say things like, "It's not that deep. It's not that deep." Talk to the young people on the street. It's not
what
that
will
deep.
happen? What will happen to daughters like my own, that I teach morals, that I teach values, that I teach self-respect, that I
Mm-hmm.
tell her that love is the ultimate? And also, one of the things that these kids nowadays is that they don't like each other.
Okay.
They go love, but they don't even like each other. They don't even like themselves.
They don't like themselves.
They don't like themselves enough, because I think, for if my daughter, not your daughter or mine, but if my child comes to me and says, "Well, I have a boyfriend, but I'm his favorite. I don't know about the other girl,"
But,
I won't tell you what I would do to her.
but that's the reality. And so we have two generations here. We have this younger generation who think it's not that deep. And we have the older generation who are stuck in a place where after 30 years, 20 years, 19 years in a marriage, they no longer want it. And the church is saying it's not okay to leave because, for better or worse. And I met somebody at the weekend and he said, "This is my current wife." And he said, and I found it very interesting. He said, "Please meet my current wife." And I said to him, "Why?" And he said, "Because, anything is possible. She's my current wife." And for me,
Wow.
that's a statement that's proposing that there's a possibility that in his head that it may not work. And so I think that as long as we have online dating, the church imposing certain value system on people, I think as long as we have men and women who are unsatisfied or dissatisfied in their relationships and are not bold enough to step away from it, as long as we have sugar daddies who are willing to offer money to women who are deprived and need the money, we are going to have infidelity. It's
And
been around for a long
it's going
time.
to be a long road to see any correction of it, because right now the consequences are mild for infidelity. The person who sent you that text about punishment, she's correct. The consequences are mild for infidelity. Therefore, it will always happen, because most people, okay, he's going to leave his wife, or they're going to call me a whore, or whatever they're going to call me. Okay, I'll live that down too.
Hmm.
So it
I
doesn't, it
listened to a
doesn't.
radio program recently, and a lady was on it, and she was very proud of it. And I won't say what it was. And she said that while she was with her husband, her current husband now was married when she met him, and they had an affair. And she said it on international radio story. And she said, but his wife and him were finishing his head. So, and that was 30 years ago. And so eventually, she migrated to be in the same country as him and his wife, and they're married today. And so some people who do that, it works. Whether, this is another conversation, but it does work for some people. And I think I just believe that if you're dissatisfied in your relationship, I think you should get
Walk
the
away.
balls to walk away.
Walk away. Walk away.
Or
That will
seek
solve.
no, or seek counseling. Because some
But
of them
that
are
counseling don't
salvageable.
always counseling don't always work.
Sometimes it does.
It doesn't always work, but sometimes it does. And sometimes, um, you're in a marriage and you're abused, you're told to leave, right? You're in a marriage and you're being abused, you're also told to go to counseling, because sometimes there's a problem with the guy, or it's often reversed too, where women abuse men, because I know somebody who's being abused by his wife,
Yes, it happens.
but
Both sides.
he's not, and he said it in his own words were, "I'm not courageous enough to walk away or tell people that this is happening." Why he told me, I don't know. but he told me. So I said, if you can tell me, you can probably tell somebody else. And he said, I won't cheat on her.
Mm.
Right? He won't cheat, but I'm not going to judge her. I don't know if she has or if she has not, but he's in an abusive relationship. And he doesn't want to walk away because of shame.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing with women. The
Yeah.
husband cheat, they don't want to walk away because it's shameful for people to find out that my husband cheat on me and whatever. Okay, I'm gonna say my husband cheat on me, and when we're separated, I gave it back to him. I think that's what I did.
Mm.
But did it make me feel better? No, it
But
actually
then, but then,
ruined a lot of things.
but then, Moya, I think let's go back to before even people get into relationships or get into marriage. I think that sometimes we see the characteristics of a person. So
Early.
I think we need to go back to pre-marriage and we need to start looking deeper. So I know for sure for me right now, if I'm to get married to anybody again, which I do hope I do, I'm gonna be deeper. I'm gonna get a PI to dig him up. Like I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna get a PI. I'm serious to dig him up. I need to know more about this guy because I don't intend to do it again and I don't intend to go down that road. And I think sometimes we meet people on the street, we pick them up at face value, we get on with it. But I'm not, you guys you can pass all your heat and your judgment. I don't really care. But I think that before marriage, if we took some more serious steps to evaluate who we're getting into bed with, then perhaps it would save some of these infidelity from happening because we wouldn't go any further.
But also morally, though, Ava, just to touch on it just a tad. When you're, when, when you, um, when you cheat, whether if you're in a relationship or marriage and you cheat, most of us don't understand that there's a lot more to it than just sex.
There is.
Right? You're there's a lot more to it than STDs.
Yes,
Right? And for those who believe in God, there's a moral death that's
there
there
is.
too.
There is.
Right? And then we pick up this person's spirit and we carry it from
Soul
place to place,
ties and all kind of things. Yeah, we
and then, okay, this didn't work out with this guy, so next one, and you pick up another one and you keep going, and before you know it, you're asking yourself, why are things not working out for me?
no.
It all leads from infidelity.
It's deeper than that, Moya. I had the shock of my life a few years ago when somebody sat down and took a pen and did a math equation for me. You can't see it right here now because I can't even do it. And he said, for every person that you sleep with, you go to bed with their ex, all of their ex-exes, their ex-ex-exes, and by the time you go to bed with one person, you've been to bed with 1,000 people. And
I think
along
I've
the
seen
way, you
something
pick
like
up
that.
so many soul ties and so many issues in your tissues. And as pastor would say, you wonder why things are not working out for you. It's because you attach yourself to the wrong spirits.
and
My
that
God
happens
included.
when and that happens when your husband go out there, go be with this woman and brings her home with him,
It
or
does.
when you go out there and be with this man and bring him home to your house, to your husband, and it
Because the
affects you in so many other different
because you
ways.
bring home the body fluids, whether you like it or not, you do.
Or not.
And I just wonder about the conscience of it. Like when you are, yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's another conversation with the soul tie issue because it goes way deep, way, way, way deep.
It does.
But as we speak about infidelity, I say before you cheat, walk away.
Yeah.
Before you cheat, have a
Or get
conversation.
counseling.
Before you
Or try
cheat,
to work it out. Try to work it
yeah,
out.
have a conversation. One of the biggest issue in majority of black relationships is that we don't know how to communicate. We don't know how to talk things through. We don't want to
But Maya,
understand each other.
most black women and most of us are not going to be happy to, especially if we don't want to break up. We're going to be throwing pots and pans and we're going to be upset because why you want to leave me? Like, why? But I think that we need to get to I think if I were to be in a marriage again, and I know it's hard, I'd rather us sitting down and having a civil discussion, although it's going to be hard. It's not working. I love you, but it's just not working, and we're going to
Tell me
walk
the
away.
tell
I
me the
think I'm
truth.
more mature now to deal with that.
But you're right. There are a lot of people who are not mature enough to hear it. My aunt is watching Hazel, and she'll be the first one to tell you, I don't have any time to waste with people. As soon as you start slipping, she said, I'm done. I'm done. She doesn't have any time for it.
Let's read some comments here. Joan said, my ex-husband, I love the honesty with women. Thank you so much for just being honest and open. My ex gave me a lot of bun. In Jamaica, it's called bun with cheese. Luckily for him, he got a woman, a wife who returned the favor. I'm now laughing. Sophia said, Joan, you're making me laugh, even though it's serious business. Pastor said, hello. Sophia says, you can leave a marriage if you are being abused. I see infidelity as abuse, or the person has left already. Even if it's not physical, I think emotionally leaving you is you're done. It's the same thing. My ex-husband left me for his current wife. He just give her a pure bond. He now has 3 kids outside his marriage, and as a result, God took me out of the mess. She now knows how I felt when she intervened in my marriage. Our bodies are temples, and we just do not understand this deep. We pick these spirits. Not only blacks, my sister, or all of them. You're correct. Guys, we are having a live discussion here. We're about to wrap up because I know that we can never, we've been on here for an hour. We're meant to be half an hour. We can never, ever, ever, ever finish this topic. For those of us who, we're going to come to this. For those of us who want to follow the discussion, because I know Moya will be in the group, we have a group called Sister Hold My Hand. The link is on my Facebook page. And if Moya or somebody could drop it here, that would be great. We continue these conversations over Sister Hold My Hand. When we talk about these things. Now, here's the thing I want to say. None of us is perfect. I'm not perfect. We're not perfect at all. But what I do know is that as I get older, I get wiser. I've made my own mistakes in my life and my past. And I just seem to be better every day. Thank you, Moya. And I want to say to anybody out there who is in a marriage that's not working or a relationship that's not working, it's better to get help or walk away. I just think that there's somebody out there who will love you better and make you feel better than to sit there and make somebody else feel sad. And I know that it's easier said than done because walking away from anything that you've invested in is hard. It's really hard. But it's hard. Find the courage to do it. Moya, any last words from you?
Really, I have to say this, that I'm single now, and at
first, guys, she's single now and she's ready to mingle. Can we just put it out there? Yay! I'm
single now, and at first it was really, really, really hard to handle being single after being together with somebody for so long, right?
It is hard.
But then I realized that I had to get reintroduced to who Moya is, get to know myself and like myself enough, and to know that, tell myself, you're enough. You don't have to settle for anything. And, set your standards and stick by them. Sometimes somebody will come and say, hey, her standards are way too high. No, don't change them for anybody, because I did, and the results weren't very good. People don't always appreciate you for who you are. But stick to being who you are. Stay true to yourself and your beliefs. And as the saying goes, if you don't stand up for anything, you'll fall for everything. So
I also want to add that mothers need to start rearing their sons to be husbands in the world. Sons are leaving homes looking for their mamas. Your mama ain't here. She is at your mama yard. Because some men are coming up there. But it's true. They're coming, and so you talk about your husband. He was looking for something. He was looking for his mama. He ain't gonna find her. So some of you guys are looking for your mamas.
My ex-husband used to say, my mother never cooked like that. My mother did this that way.
Go marry your mama then.
I lost control. I said, well, go back to your damn mama.
No, go and marry your mama. There's a young man who married his mom the other day. Go and marry your mama. Because if that's what you're looking at, go and marry your mama, right? Your mama, I can't cook like your mama. I can't wash like your mama. I can't clean like your mama. I don't want to do them like your mama.
Because I'm not your mama.
I'm not your mama. I ain't looking at son. I got one.
Exactly. I'm just happy, and I'm single. I'm happy. And
guys, she said that 4 times. She's single.
Wait. Somebody asked me yesterday, what's the big deal about being single? What is it? I said, every damn thing. It's a big deal. I love me some me. I'm enjoying myself. I love being single. Okay?
Can I just follow her, guys? I'm single too. Okay?
I'm happy and single. Happy. So
I'm waiting on God to send me my husband. I really
yeah,
am. I really
because
believe that.
sometimes when you go looking, you find the wrong things.
Yeah, I
So
believe that my I need to find my destined husband, because I really believe that there's somebody destined for me. And
believe, pray, believe, receive.
at the moment, there are guys hanging around. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. There are, but I believe they're not for me. I'm waiting on my destined husband. There's a guy who I met, and I told you guys already. He said he was finished, and he was not. And that put my head in a little bit of spin because I really checked for him. I liked him, but he was emotionally unavailable, and he wasn't as finished as he said he was. And getting rid of that was really difficult, I must tell you. But for me right now, I believe that if it's not working, guys, don't waste your breath, don't waste your energy. Find the courage to walk away from the woman, walk away from the man, or go and get some counseling. I thank you, Moya. Well, give us one of them happy Moya deep laugh.
She
So
knows me too well because when I do, I hear that so much. Moy, we love how you laugh. Don't ask me why. I don't
there you
know.
go. Well, Moya, I'm so glad that you're at a healthy, good place, and I just want to thank you for your honesty. And so, guys, if you're out there and you want to come and discuss some of those deep topics that we want to talk about next week, we're talking about infertility. And I think we're going to have 2 weeks of infertility. We've got so many women out there who want to talk about this. It affects so many women. It's not something we talk about every day, but it affects a lot of women. There are women who don't have children because of infertility. I know somebody who wrote a book because she lost her child after birth. I know we've got a few infertility champions who are doing a great job in Sister Hold My Hand. Nemo, I want to big you up, and Sophia Campbell and Gail is now going to talk about it. I want to thank you guys for being there. And I want to just have the last read of Hazel. I agree, our bodies are our temples. We don't destroy it anymore. Learn lessons well. My foundation is strong from my past experience. There, no man can break me down anymore. Never, never, never. I love that. Never, never, never. Um, I mean, never. Tons of mistakes I have made, but I do learn from them. Once it shows up, all of us make mistakes. I just think that, I made mistakes as a teenager. I made a lot of mistakes as a child. Some of them were pushed on me, forced on me. But I think that I don't want to keep making the same mistake. I think when people keep making the same mistakes, that's when we have a problem. So, guys, I want to thank you for keeping our company. Moya, you've been amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I hope that I get the invitation to that wedding and I have my hat ready. My hair is growing so it can go under
What
my hat.
wedding?
I don't know. The one I don't know. One's gonna come. I don't know. Girl, you better receive it. I'm prophesying in your life. You better receive it in Jesus' name. So you just let me say that again. I'm getting my hat ready. I'm growing my hair for that wedding, Maya. And you must say, I
And your
receive
hat,
it. And
hat,
you must
hat.
say, you say, I receive it in Jesus' name.
I
That's what you
receive it.
must
I
say.
receive it in Jesus' name. Yes,
I,
I do.
I seal it in the blood of Jesus. Amen. That's what you must say. Girl, don't test my anointing because you don't know. Be careful, yeah? When I'm prophesying your life, you just take it and receive it in
I
Jesus'
receive it
name.
in Jesus' name. I receive it upside down, all over. I receive it.
Oh, hi, real relationship specialist. We all make mistakes. It would be nice to have you on here one Sunday to talk about this, guys. But until later, Dr. Ava Eagle Brown from Sister Hold My Hand saying
Peace.
thank you for being here. The conversation continues over in Sister Hold My Hand page. And next week, we're talking about infertility. And we're going to have somebody here doing orgasmic meditation. I can't wait
Lord
for that.
Jesus.
Lord Jesus. I can't, it's not what you think it is, though. It's not what you think it is.
Orgasmic? Why
Yeah,
would I not think it what it is?
it's not. That's the thing. I was educated over the weekend. It is not what you think it is. We're going to
Okay.
talk about it's not what you think it is.
Okay.
It's not. Trust
Okay.
me. The word is it's not.
Misleading.
I learned so much, so much, so much, so much. The session is going to make all of us better wives now and future husbands. There you are, guys. I'm waiting on my king, and my king is coming. He's on his way. I can feel him. I know he's coming, and I am anxiously waiting for him. It's Dr. Eva Igubrand. I'm gonna go
Bye,
because if I
Ava. Bye,
don't go, we're gonna
everybody.
stay here forever. And I'll see you next Sunday. Peace out and thank you. Namaste. Bye bye.